What's up guys, Billy here today bringing you guys another video. So just a few hours ago, DJI hosted their Control/Create event where they were expected to release their Inspire 2, but they also came out with the Phantom 4 Professional. Now I don't think that anybody really saw this coming. As I said in my previous video, I thought that they were going to release the Inspire 2, of course, just like everyone was saying, but I also thought that they had a surprise, a little trick up their sleeve that they were hiding from us. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some of my opinions on the things that they released in this event. So starting off with the Inspire 2, as we can see, we get some obstacle avoidance sensors around the drone. We get a pair on top, a pair on the bottom, as well as a pair in front. Now, along with the pair in front, we get an FPV camera. I was a little bit confused as to what this actually did, but I think that what it's going to allow you to do is while you're flying, and if the camera is pointed downwards, you're also going to be able to see what's in front of you. So you'll have two screens on your remote, and also if you have a dual remote setup, so someone's controlling the camera, someone is controlling the drone, the person who is controlling the drone actually flying around is going to be able to see what's in front of it. Now some people may be expecting obstacle avoidance sensors along the side as well with this drone, as they don't want to crash it when they're moving from side to side, but the good thing about it is if you are trying to shoot something that is maybe, let's say, to the right of the drone, rather than completely turning it to the right and flying sideways, you're able to take the camera and point that to the right and continue to fly forward. Therefore, the obstacle avoidance sensors in the front will be able to pick up anything that you may run into. Now, along with the obstacle avoidance sensors that we get around the drone, we also get intelligent flight modes that have been introduced in the newer drones such as the Phantom 4 and the Mavic Pro. The older Inspire 1 didn't have these just because it was an older technology, but the intelligent flight modes we're going to look to get are Spotlight Pro, which will do a 360 around you as you walk. You get tap to fly so that you can tap the screen, and wherever you tap, the drone will fly towards that direction. And then we also get active track so that you can drag over whatever you want to make your focus point, and then we'll go ahead and follow it. Now also a little side note, this thing can go 67 miles per hour, which is absolutely insane. In the video, it showed the thing keeping up with a jet ski as well as a boat. So if you want to track something that's a little bit faster, it's definitely going to be better than the Phantom 4. Moving on, we also see that the DJI Inspire 2 is going to get a dual battery system. This is good for two reasons. The first being you will get double the battery life. They claim that's going to be able to fly for around 27 minutes, which is great for a drone of this caliber. Also, this is going to give you a second battery just in case your first battery fails, therefore your drone won't go flying from the sky. Now basically the rest of the features that are introduced with the Inspire 2 are very little, very minor, and not as big as the other ones that I've already mentioned in this video. Pretty much you're going to be able to have an onboard SSD to hold videos rather than an SD card. This is good for faster file transferring, and you'll also get more record time, so just in case you fill up that tiny little SD card, you're going to have a big SSD that you can fill up. And then from there, we also have a lot more video recording options with the camera. I'm not going to get into all of this because I'll be here forever trying to explain it to you guys. So pretty much with that wraps up the Inspire 2. Now let's move on to the Phantom 4 Professional. So this was the thing that DJI came out with and surprised a lot of people. I knew that they were going to have one thing that they were hiding from us, but I didn't think that it was going to be this big. So pretty much they came out with the Phantom 4 Professional. I think that it could have been the Phantom 5 if they really wanted to because of all the upgrades they did, but I think that because it holds the same body style as the Phantom 4, they kept the same name and just slapped Professional on the end. Now, just to list some of the features that the Phantom 4 Professional is going to come with, we're going to get a 20 megapixel 1-inch image sensor, we're going to get a 4K camera capable of shooting up to 60 frames per second video, which is a step up from 4K at 30 frames per second with the Phantom 4. We also get mechanical focus, dual encoding at H.264 as well as H.265. We get 5 directions of obstacle sensing, as well as a 4.3 range with the remote. This is 7 kilometers, pretty much just like what the Inspire 2 as well as the Mavic Pro are. And we also get a boosted 30-minute flight time. Now, honestly, all of these features are absolutely great. Definitely a step in the right direction and a step up from the Phantom 4. I think that the killer feature really is the obstacle sensing on the front, the back, the sides, and as well as the bottom. I'm definitely a victim. I've crashed my drone once when I was flying sideways. I really wasn't paying attention and got it stuck up in a tree. So now with sideways obstacle sensing, it will definitely help a lot of people avoid the inevitable crashes. Although the 5-way obstacle sensing is awesome in this drone, I think that the camera is also going to be killer. It's a huge step up from the previous Phantom 4 camera as we get a 1-inch sensor, and we're also going to get a 4K camera that records up to 60 frames per second. So rather than shooting 4K video in 30 frames per second and not being able to slow the clip down and see it nice and fluid, we're definitely going to be able to see a lot more slow-mo shots coming with the Phantom 4 Professional. Now, stepping away from the drone, DJI also came out and released a brand new controller for the Phantom 4 Professional that comes with a built-in screen. It's about 5.5 inches and is super bright, so that when you're in sunlight, you're going to be able to look at it and you're not going to be able to miss maybe a tree or a power line, and you're not going to end up crashing your drone. This is going to cost you an extra $300, so I'm not sure if you're going to want to do that or not, but in the end, I do think it's worth it. So looking at the price here, we see that the DJI Inspire 2 is going to run you around $3,000 depending on any accessories that you would want to buy, and the Phantom 4 is going to run you $1,499, making it $1,500, and then if you want to go ahead and get the one with the tablet, it's going to be $1,799, which will round up to $1,800. So that's about all as far as tech specs go for both of these drones. It was a great event filled with a lot of cool new stuff. I think that it was a little bit bigger than their previous event with the DJI Mavic Pro. I think that it's filled with more products as well as bigger upgrades, but that's just my personal opinion. The Inspire 2 is definitely going to be good for those of you who are professional filmmakers. Honestly, if you're not looking to shell out that $3,000, the Phantom 4 Pro is going to be just as good. You're going to be able to get good shots with it, and it's going to be a step up from the Phantom 4 for people who are a little bit more serious but don't, again, want to shell out the $3,000. But anyway, that's about it. Definitely leave a like if you guys liked and subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.